Welcome everyone to the Final Cut Special Twice Baked series. Yes, where we're covering all of the Evil Bong films except for number 5, as well as the Ginger Dead Man series. Here we are, number 2 of the Twice Baked series. We're looking at Evil Bong 2, King Bong. Yes, brought to us once again by director Charles Band, continuing the story of Alistair, Larnell, Bachman, and Brett. We've seen them suffering the consequences of their battle with EB last time. Namely, they've got a heightened, exaggerated side effects from smoking marijuana. For instance, Brett's got terrible munchies and he's gained about 400 pounds. Larnell can't stop himself from humping everything in sight because he's extraordinarily horny. And, well, Bachman has gone narcoleptic. Only one not affected is Alistair. And so when the three call Alistair up because he's the smart one to try to find a cure, their search leads them to South America, where they run across Felicity, who is an archaeologist who's discovered magical marijuana that could help cure sickness across the world. But Larnell's grandfather, who's involved in the plot with this, named Cyril, played by Jacob Whitkin, has other plans for the marijuana. Appears now is King Bong, who doesn't want anyone taking his magical ganj, and he kidnaps all of them in his Bong world. And with the help of EB, our favorite stoners try to go and get themselves out of the evil King Bong's world and defeat King Bong as well. Plus, they have the Poontang tribe, which is a tribe of women who can't wear any tops at all. So, well, it is warm in South America. Charles Band continuing the story of Evil Bong and still continuing that energy from the first one, which I liked. Now, the Larnell, Brett, and Bachman characters are all played by the same performers again. They got that cast back, as well as the crazy girlfriend of Brett, Luann, Robin Sidney, she's back, as well as Jacob Whitkin, as I mentioned before, who was in the first one, who I forgot to talk about, who are entertaining. So, great chemistry between these two. You can tell they've had a film under their belts, and they all work well together. New person, though, is Alistair, is now played by Brett Chuckerman, and I love the kind of running joke they had of, you look a little different, but he does. They got him very similar to looking to the first one, so it was a little bit hard to tell, but it was a fun running shtick that they had in here. I did enjoy the concept and the fact that they came up with a plausible way to do a sequel to Evil Bong, and it's always great to see EB character back, which she does come back here, voiced again by Michelle Mays. Now, the addition of Felicity character, Amy Prath, she is going to be in through the rest of these films as well. And yeah, you got your basic Charles Band stuff, so you got a lot of gratuitous nudity in here. Not as really any blood in this one. This one's not nearly as bloody as the first one. They went a little more on the humorous route with it, though I did like Bachman's narcolepsy going on. Mitch Eakins does that very well, and I hope he didn't hurt himself on set with that. And yeah, it's... like I said, it actually didn't feel forced. It felt like they gave some thought to this sequel, a little bit of thought to how they can continue the story with these characters, and it was entertaining. The Poontang tribe, as I mentioned, are a bunch of very aggressive women who do not wear much of anything. But what's interesting, side note here, is that all of them are played by porn stars, and 2 of the porn stars that played Poontang tribe members, Amelia Anna and Kat, this was their last film. I don't know if that's a good sign about this movie or a bad sign about this movie or a good I'm not quite sure what that says about this film, but I thought it was an interesting side note to this movie. Again, if you like exploitation films and Charles Band cinema as well as the first film, I think you're really going to get a kick out of this. I enjoyed the characters and the fact they came up with a plausible story to continue this series. It's not so much of the common Charles Band elements that I watched for, but these performers do keep it entertaining and moving along and keep me interested. So, Evil Bong 2, King Bong, there you go. Look for our next episode next time, where we look at Evil Bong 3, Wrath of Bong. If you haven't yet, please subscribe down below. Leave your comments about Evil Bong 2. I'm sure people have comments about these movies. And until next time, keep that ticket stub.